How's everybody doing tonight? So we've got a puzzle here. It's a tiny puzzle, I think. Let's see. It says it's 50 pieces. So I'm assuming I could do that in one night. If you were tuning in for the research vessel, we'll get back to that maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I just taking a little break. I think we were on I don't know, maybe day 13 or 14 and it was time for a break. I mean, 2 weeks on one puzzle. So we're doing some other things, getting some small stuff out of the way. 50 pieces. I think it's pretty small. But let's see. I also have the news queued up here if we need to talk about that. Real heroes don't fight for villains. One soldier's journey from government property to conscientious objector. TikTok asked judge to block Montana's oil ban. Gays against groomers. Official resigns following DeSantis ad slamming Trump's previous LGBT support. Wow. Okay. I guess I'll get to all these stories if we have time, but wow, what a bad move by DeSantis. I know that the media either hates Trump or pretends to hate Trump, but people always ask, if JFK was around today, what party would he be for? Well, Trump was in JFK's party when JFK existed, and Trump, he basically supported all the sort of, he supported the liberal positions when the liberal positions were reasonable. Now, liberals have new positions, and the old positions, the Republican Party moved into. It was kind of almost too easy. All they had to do was nothing. I'm not saying that Republicans don't do any good stuff. I'm sure they do plenty of good stuff, but it's Democrats sort of vacated their old positions, and it was easy for Republicans to just support him, and that made it easy for Trump to move to the Republican Party. And I don't know if DeSantis was trying to prove that he's more conservative than Trump, but I don't know. You can't I don't know. I know there was a time when Obama was against gay marriage, but that was sort of a thing that politicians do. The culture had supported it for a long time before that. All right, we're going to see what the puzzle looks like in a minute. But here's the thing, even though I'm saying that as a politician, it's ridiculous for DeSantis to seem to be regressive. I think that's a bad political move to try to shame someone for being supporting LGBT. But I think there is, I hate to say it because I'll probably get blasted for it, but there is something to it. And again, I don't support it, but I'll tell you what, there is something to it. Marijuana was made legal. So I remember when I was in college, 35 years ago, people were saying marijuana should be legal. And they talked about hemp rope and hemp clothes and how, I don't know, it wasn't a gateway drug, and it was they had all these reasons. I don't know why I put this instructions back. That could be a good reference. Anyway, they had all these reasons why marijuana should be legal. And it was a hard fight to make it legal. It took decades, several decades. And then once it became legal, which is 3 years ago, now there's this weekend there was a story about cocaine in the White House. And I had already noticed that movies were acting joking about cocaine the way they used to joke about marijuana. So I think it's it's almost by keeping marijuana illegal, you kept cocaine and heroin and all these other drugs definitely illegal. Everyone knew the first domino was. By the way, these look like animals. Like this one looks like a moose. Anytime we spot one of these pieces that looks like something, I'll try to point it out to you. So, they talk about what is that? A monkey? They talk about marijuana being a gateway drug for an individual person, but it also was kind of, and this is like a lamb or something, it also kind of was a gateway drug politically. It's like, it's the marijuana was producing, or, the marijuana movement was like producing magazines and entering debates and doing everything they could to make it legal for 50 years. They win the fight, and then like the next year cocaine wants in, and who knows what will want in next. And I'm not saying that it's a slippery slope. It's almost not a slope. It's more like a waterfall. It's like, here, this one's a snake. Snake, right? So, for example, gay marriage was the same thing. It was like marijuana. It was like for decades. There was people would say, what two consenting adults do in the privacy of their own homes, like nobody's business. They need to be able to have access to each other's pensions. They need to be able to have visitation rights in the hospital. All these like really valid stuff. And they won, the argument, and they should have. But the problem is, it's like, that was when, like 10 years ago. And now, how many things are trying to become legal? Including some things that are like so bad. Let's start with the not so bad. I mean, I'm not saying it's not bad, but let's say the first step is like the polycule, what those like FTX people were into, and I guess Mormons to an extent have been into for a long time. But there's so many other things that are suddenly, I mean, obviously it's the transgender movement. That's, they've got some valid arguments, people born androgynous and things like that. But then there's other things like they invented, I don't know how long this term existed, but I only heard it in the news like months ago. They called it minor attracted person. Like instead of saying pedophile, they're saying minor attracted person. Well, that's like, they're almost like following the route like 50 years ago when people said, "Oh, it's not a sin to be gay, but there's no such thing as gay marriage." Well, now it's like they're saying, "Well, it's not a sin to be attracted to." I mean, I can't even say it. Like where are we going? Like, when are we going to put the foot down? So it's like, I think if marijuana had to work 50 years to get legal, then the next drug should have to work 50 years. And if gay marriage had to work like 50 years to become legal, then the next like thing has to work. Maybe it's not 50 years, but it's definitely not like 5 months. I mean, it can't be like, it's kind of like an icebreaker. It's like a drug dealer gives you like that first drug for free so that you'll get hooked and do the next drug. But okay, that's an extreme example. Maybe, a chocolate milk manufacturer gives you the first chocolate milk for free. Or a bar gives you, here's a good example, a bar gives you like potato chips for free so that you'll buy drinks next. And I feel like it's like, that's what's happening politically. It's like one drug becomes legal, now everyone thinks everything can become. One element of LGBTQ becomes legal, and now it's like they add a new letter like every year. Like, how many times have they changed the flag? It's like, where's the pacing? It can't be that everything is immediately legal. Or you can do that. I mean, if you're a libertarian, then you think, okay, everything should be legal. That's actually a better argument, because then they'll say, oh, okay, yeah, everything's legal and people just mind their own business and they join whatever community they want. If it's not their community, as long as nobody's getting hurt. I actually would take that argument over the current argument, which is like, we're going to teach it in school and every kid is going to know about it and they have to go to the library and people need to tell them stories and you're going to give them like dollar tips. Like, why are you giving a dollar tip to someone who's telling a story at a library? Like, you're trying to give it the look and feel of what? Like a drag show? Not a drag show. I ruined it. It is a drag show. But they're trying to give it the look and feel of like a strip tease where the stripper gets $1. Like, why? Like, why are you doing that for kids at a library? That doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't do that if it was a regular stripper. Why, when it's an LGBT stripper, suddenly this makes sense to you? No, it still doesn't make sense. So anyway, that whole speech was just to say that I understand where DeSantis might have thought about the idea in the back room and discussed it, but it doesn't make sense. You're not gonna hurt someone politically by saying that they support gay marriage. That's only going to help them because at this point everybody supports gay marriage. I know that it's like maybe they don't necessarily enthusiastic about it, but nobody's trying to like be against it. And like nobody's trying to repeal it. Like that's over. And thank goodness. Puts the churches in an awkward position. When this first started to gain steam, like I remember there was a point where I think it was in Oregon, someone was saying you have to have the marriage has to produce a child within 3 years or else it's dissolved. And this was meant to, I don't know if it be a punishment, but it was somehow meant to be negative towards heterosexual one man, one woman marriages. But I remember I was thinking like, oh, that's a good solution. So then it's like, yeah. So then they'll just be like civil contracts rather than marriages. Or maybe that's what they all should be. Like, why was the state ever involved in creating marriages? And some people think that's crazy what I'm saying, but it's really not. I mean, like you have a contract. Okay, you call this contract a marriage. That's fine. But in terms of the IRS, in terms of the medical visitation rights, in terms of the pension funds, it's really just a contract. I mean, there never really was like anything. Like when you go to church and they perform a marriage ceremony, now it's like a ritual. Now it has vows. Now it has, all this to death do us part and this kind of stuff. But a regular civil marriage never really was anything but like taxes and visitation rights. Like it never really was about anything more than that. Like, I don't know why there ever was a fight. Like, I don't know why it ever was considered like limited to one man, one woman. Yeah, I understand in a church, but we're not in a church. We're in like civil contracts. Like that's not have anything to do with the church. All right, I put these two pieces together, but I'm not convinced they go together. They seem to fit together, and that's why I put them together. I think I'm going to count them as together, but here's the problem. Because this picture has, like, I thought there's only 50 pieces, it's going to be easy. But if you look real close at this, the coloring is constantly changing. Other than the beak and the head and maybe the eyes, you really can't go by colors on any of this stuff. You have to go by the shape. So, like, these two pieces seem to fit together. But I wonder if these two would fit together. And then I would be left wondering which one is the real connection. Like, let's try this one. See what I mean? I think this one doesn't fit as well. But I'm not convinced. I don't know that this is the best one. I mean, it's kind of yellow here. It's kind of like, I'm not sure that that's a fit. Like here, like, I don't know. Did these two fit together? I'm not really sure where this is going. The color's a little off there. This puzzle's going to be tougher than we thought. So let's grab the next news article. We're 15 minutes into the show. We have zero pieces put together. All right, let's just read the news for a second here. Real heroes don't fight for villains. One soldier's journey from government property to conscientious objector. Dylan Allman. I came in wanting to take photos and ended up signing my life away to learn another language. If that does not scream preying on impressionable young people, I don't know what does. What? When Dylan Allman turned 20, he was living with his father in Georgia, taking classes at a local college and working a help desk job. I feel like I'd have to read this whole article to understand what this is even about. So I'll just go by what I think it's about. What did we say? Real heroes don't fight for villains. Yeah. When you join the Army, obviously the Army's done some amazing things over the years. World War II, for example. I think the Army was on the right side of that. But there's a lot of other wars, and people will say, like, why are we involved in this? I think a big one was after 9/11, people were like, what did Iraq have to do with 9/11? Like, how is that related? And that's not the only time that happened. There's other times where people are like, I don't really see the connection here. But the way it works, you're in the Army, you say, sir, yes, sir. And you're assuming that everybody above you is doing this thing for the right reasons. But nowadays, do you trust anything that the government is telling you nowadays? We don't trust anything else that they say, whether it's about vaccines or about election counting or about what happened to JFK. I know those are conspiracy theories, but maybe you can come up with more reasonable examples. Did the lockdowns work? Did the fourth booster work? There's a lot of things government does that we're the bailouts, that's been going on for the quantitative easings going on for 15 years. Is any of that stuff working? How do we know that these wars are working? What does working mean? What did we achieve in Afghanistan? Maybe we got to talk to someone. Maybe someone's going to tell us we did great work there. As far as I can tell, the Taliban was in control when we got there, and when we left 15 years later, the Taliban was in control again. I'm not sure what we really accomplished while we were there. Maybe this is this classified information? Should it be classified? If I can't tell what happened, who else can't either? I think we're going to have some problems with this puzzle because, look at these three pieces that I found. Are those going to, fit in the same places? How are we going to tell if we're putting them in the right place or not? And, this piece is all white, right? Look at this piece. And then look at that shape. It almost looks like Yoda in there. So where is the other all-white piece that matches that shape? This one looked like it could be it, but it doesn't fit there. Or does it? Is that a match? That actually looks like a match. Because look at this curve here. But if you look at this closely, the colors are not quite the same. Let me see if I can get that sharper. I don't know. The sheep looks kind of yellow and the other piece looks kind of white. But at the same time, there are some lines that seem to run from one piece to another. I don't know. Is that a match? I'm going to say that it is, and I'm going to say that it's part of the eagle's, like, where the eagle is white here. The eagle is like, oh, sorry. Let's get that off the screen. So the eagle has a white, like, I don't know, head or whatever. So I'm just going to count those as being correct. Like we put two pieces together. So we're up to piece 2. Should we keep building from there? Like, will this is white. Will this fit there? Yeah, I guess it does. But again, the colors are starting to change. And then there's an orange beak that goes up there. So that's 3. Oh, yeah. So the war. You could second guess anything. Like, I'm not saying that what went on in Afghanistan was correct. But I'm saying that I'm sure there are people who second guessed World War II. And I know that when you put that in historical perspective, you would say, like, who? Nazis? Because it sounds ridiculous. But at the time, I mean, didn't the New York Times, like, support Hitler becoming Chancellor of Germany? I mean, there's a lot of, like, crazy stuff that happened. So at that time, it did make sense to, trust the army. And maybe it still does. I don't want to go on record as saying it doesn't. I mean, they probably, at a minimum, still get the benefit of the doubt. And I don't know, maybe more than that. I already put this together, right? That must have slipped off that piece. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much you need to understand as a foot soldier. I don't know how much you need to understand as an intelligence officer. Is there anyone who has the full picture? And I'm not saying because it's hidden in compartmentalization. I'm saying because who can possibly know everything that's going on? Yeah, there's probably some, as they call them, bad actors out there. But you can't second guess everything. You'll never get anything done. Sorry, I'm probably not saying anything useful today. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know, But I think the first step of knowing is admitting that you don't know? I don't know. Is that like good or bad? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 pieces. There should still be more white, I think. Or is it more? I don't see any more white pieces. Maybe this piece. So, like, this piece has to fit in there somewhere, right? Because it's the only other white piece that we have. Now, after we're done with the white pieces, then it's going to become ridiculous because these are all, like, multicolored pieces. And by the way, they're all tiny. I mean, I can't even see. These pieces are so tiny. You just heard one hit the floor. Hopefully that's the first one to fall on the floor. Maybe it's not the first one. There's the second one that hit the floor. You know what? I think they're sticking to my arms. I have to be careful not to let my arms touch these pieces because then they'll stick to them because it's not that hot right now, but it's, I guess, humid. All right, so this piece, what is that piece? It's got some red, it's got some yellow. Does that look like the beak? It's got to be, right? It's got to be the beak. Yeah, absolutely. This is the beak right here. It's a little bit bigger on the piece than on the picture, but that's the beak. All right, so how does the beak fit in there? Maybe like this. Is that too soon? It's got a little white here. Maybe like this. That's it. There's the beak. All right, that's the 7th piece. Are we still on 7-7? Yeah, we are. So the 7th piece finished this bird's head. The 7th piece on 7-7 completed the eagle's, I don't know, head? What do you call this? I want to call it a mane, but I know that's for lions. I still feel like going back to the first point because I feel like I said a bunch of stuff that could be like misconstrued. What I want to say is I don't know what should be legal and what should be illegal, but I do agree that it should take a while for something to change from illegal to legal. All right, I just connected 2 pieces, but I don't know where those 2 pieces go. So I'm not going to count them yet until they, like, this is now what we're building. It has to connect to this head or it doesn't count. So we got 2 pieces together there, but they're not connected to anything, so I'm not going to count them yet. That could end up happening a lot. There's a lot of, like, what is this? Like, is that supposed to represent some animal? I don't know. I don't know if that's something. I don't know what. Sometimes if you turn it around, there's... let's try that. So this is a moose. If we turn it around, will there be etching on the other side? There is. And there's including an eyeball. So, and something separating the legs. So when there's etching on the side, it's something on the back side. So there's no etching on the back side of this. So this is nothing. I don't know. It's just a piece. We just proved that it's nothing. And then there's a ton of these pieces. I'm collecting them here because they're all the same shape. I'm not sure if they're like the tips of the wings of the bird, maybe. And that's why they are repeating this shape. You see this shape? And then you see like this bird has like these tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. At least 11 of those tips. So we only got 4 of these here. So there's like, 7 more of them out there somewhere. Like here's another one. I mean, it's a little bit different looking piece, but it's got, I don't know, maybe that's a tip, maybe it's not. All right. Interesting colors on this piece. There's also, it seems to be an edge piece. If you look at the border on this side, there's like a black line. So I think that this is an edge piece because I think there's a black border around the outside. All right, while I'm looking for pieces, let's see what the next story is. Okay. University of Cincinnati repeals decision to reprimand professor. Student responds. Olivia Krolchek, my primary concern is that Professor Nipper, regardless of free speech training, will continue to use her personal biases to grade her students. Okay, what's that all about? University of Cincinnati has repealed their decision to reprimand an adjunct professor who failed a student on an assignment for referring to biological women. Wow, that's complicated. They repealed their decision to reprimand. So I think what happened is this girl used the phrase biological women in her report, which, I mean, it's just a phrase, right? I don't know the context, but I guess the context was such that it caused her to get a 0 from the instructor, and then the professor, no, then the school like reprimanded the professor, and then they retracted that reprimand. So that means that someone or social media pack attacked that decision. Someone didn't like that they reprimanded the person. So she gave a 0. The professor gave a 0 to the person for using the phrase biological women. The school reprimanded and then repealed the reprimand. So biological women, what's the better term? Like women? Like, how do you differentiate? Oh, like cis? Like, you're not, like, you must use the term cis. How long has that term been around? Is it in Webster's dictionary? And do we have to listen to Webster's dictionary? This is why most people don't deal with this politics, because once you do, you're like in it deep. Like, I don't know why all these corporations have to fall in line with the radical agenda. I don't know how you stand up to it, but it seems like once somebody decides, I don't know who this somebody is, but they decide that biological women are called cis women, it seems like nobody's able to disagree with that. They can disagree with that as long as they're like independent but anybody in the system. And apparently the system is like any type of corporate job, any type of college, any type of government. It's really, this is what we were talking about before with the not exactly slippery slope, but the waterfall. It's like, okay, I found another one. This is, I think, a bear. Is that a bear, would you say? So it's like, I don't know what was the first term that won. Like, someone probably changed some word, and every corporation that was late to getting the new word will now never let that happen again. And now you can just like toy with them. You can like create words like anytime you want, and the corporations will all start using them. So it's not a slippery slope, it's a waterfall. It's did you ever go to like a casino light, or maybe even like Chuck E. Cheese, something like that? It has a game where there's like a bunch of quarters, and you roll your quarter in, and there's like a sweeper, and it like sweeps your quarter with the other quarters, and it starts pushing them, and they like hang on the edge, and then it gets to the edge, and the quarters start like somehow naturally like building this wall. But then there's like a tipping point. There's one quarter that you put in that starts them tipping, and then like 200 quarters fall down at once because it reaches the tipping point. So maybe that's the phrase, tipping point. I don't know. To me, I still like the waterfall, because tipping point sounds like it's real, and I don't think it's real. I think it's it's like everyone's jumping on the bandwagon or something like that. It's like everybody sees something go through, and now they're going to try to get theirs through. It's like the goalie is stunned. Like, you won something, and that caused the goalie to freeze, and now everything you shoot is going to go in. Something like that. I'm not coming up with the perfect analogy. Maybe I'll cover the same story 3 more times, and I'll get my thoughts correct. But it's something like that. It's like something won, and now a bunch of stuff that shouldn't win is winning. Something changed, and now a bunch of stuff that wasn't ready to change is also changing. Like, people need to have the courage to say, they need to have the courage to be wrong and not be accused like they were on the wrong side of history. Say, like, I was on the cautious side of history, because when you throw caution to the wind, that's when the bad stuff happens. Like, people are saying, like, you look back at World War II, and it's like, well, Hitler was obviously wrong. Right, yeah. When you're looking back from 2023 to 1943, Hitler was obviously wrong. But what did Hitler do in the 20s and 30s? Like, how did he get a nation behind him? How did he get multiple nations? Like, did he at one point win something? I mean, we know it wasn't painting. We know it wasn't that, like, Reichstag fire. But did he at one point do something right that caused the opposition to freeze and be stunned and for him to move forward? And then once that happens, then it takes a tremendous effort to stop it. Like, all those quarters just fell off the deck, and now you got to put them back. So the march to Berlin, it was successful, but it was successful at the cost of like 2 million Russian soldiers. This is not something you want to do. You want to stop that Hitler person before he even gets started. You don't want to have to spend 2 million people. But sometimes it's not so obvious, because when you write the history books, it's like real easy to pick someone and make that person the cause of everything that went bad. And then, over 70 years of writing history books, it was like, oh yeah, of course, that person was an, terrible person. Yeah, but what was the environment like? Who were all the other decision makers? How did things get moving? When did things go off course? I mean, you can't just say this guy was wrong and somehow he convinced a bunch of people and then they were all wrong together. Like, it's more than that. And it's more than that. So be honest about it. And have the courage to say, like, I was wrong on this, and maybe I'm going to be wrong on this next thing, but we're still going to go through the procedure. Because you can't just say, like, I was wrong yesterday, so now I'm automatically going to assume that I'm always wrong. Because that will be taken advantage of. That's like the boxer who's stunned, the goalie who's lost his confidence. They're going to start scoring on you left and right. You have to be willing to be wrong more than once. You have to be willing to be wrong a lot. Ooh, that piece fit. That's only our 8th piece. Yeah. Oh, why are we talking about this? That biological woman story? Just to go back. So, where's the screen? Is it this screen? Yeah. So, biological woman. So, something convinced this school that they can't allow the phrase biological woman. They probably, said something else and they were wrong, and now they're not gonna fight anymore. They're just like gonna give up, probably. I'm speculating. I don't know what actually happened. There's something here in this color code. It looks like Toucan Sam's beak. Where is that here? What part of this? Oh my goodness, I threw multiple pieces on the floor. I see it 2 places, there and there. That information doesn't help me, and in the process of picking that paper up, I threw no fewer than 2 pieces on the floor. Okay, yeah, I found 2 pieces. Also, my head just hit the camera, but I don't think it was the camera you were looking at. It was this camera. I think we're going to spend most of the time in this camera. It's like no reason not to. Wow, we're only up to 8. And we're still, like, bewildered by these pieces. Like, wow. We got a long way to go. I know that it seems like, oh, well, you're already like, whatever percent. I'm not sure what the percent is. If it was 10, it would be 20%. I guess it's 16%. So you might think, well, you're already 16%, but That was the easy part. None of this other remaining stuff looks easy. In fact, it just looks like a mess. Like there's nothing here that look. These are the only pieces that look like they mean anything. And I feel like I should find any other pieces and put them there. You can't even do this by color because the colors are changed. Like this piece, like how many colors are on this one piece? It's like, how are you going to make sense of that? Maybe we have to get this thing onto the screen so we can get a good look at it. Let's do that. Let's get it on the screen. Excuse me a minute while I photograph this. All right. All right. It's now on the screen. Now, this isn't the best photograph. There's like shadows on it. But here's the point of putting that on the screen. We can zoom in. So zooming in, we could see like the patterns on these pieces. Okay. Here's a whole swath where there's no pattern. It's just brown. And that extends on the other side too. So let's work on that. Let's work on those brown pieces. I think we can maybe find those. All right. So this one would have a little white. So let's find a brown piece with a little white on it. All right, this is a different brown piece, but it has white on it. So let's try this one here. Got it. 9. Still not at 20%. These jigsaw puzzles are never easy. Either that or I'm bad at jigsaw puzzles. But I always think like we're going to be able to do this next one, and it never happens. I never get these jigsaw puzzles. This piece looks like an edge. Where would there be an edge? I don't see anywhere. Maybe on the top of the wings? Is that possible? I'm not sure. It's definitely part of that brown section. And there's some hot spots on the brown section. Okay, what about here? Trying to find all the brown pieces and put them in like the middle. But if I don't start connecting them, we're never going to get anywhere. It's not good enough to just look at them. Like I look at this one, looks good, doesn't go together. How about this one? Can that possibly go here? What do you think? If that's good, that's 2 more pieces. And now we're at 22%. I'm not sure that is correct. Look how flat this is. This should never be like that. when you're doing a jigsaw puzzle. Like, there shouldn't be a section that flat unless you're done. But here's a piece that's also flat. But it doesn't go there. It might go somewhere else, maybe. Nope. That's not how you cut pieces. They're not supposed to be flat like that. They're supposed to be interlocking. Okay. This piece is going to be very flat. So I guess we're looking for a flat brown piece. Here's one. Doesn't fit. Maybe over there. Doesn't fit there either. Keep pulling these brown pieces to the middle. Something's got to fit somewhere. This one's got some color to it. I'm also worried that seems to be a lot of pieces that like almost fit. Like they can fit in more than one spot. Like that piece, does that go there? It seems like, I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm going to count it as going there. Let's see. If we look up close, we need to like be able to move that close-up camera. Does that even look good? Can that look sharper? That's fuzzier. That's sharper. That's fuzzier. Alright, that's the best we can get. I don't know. I think everything looks good. I'm not sure, really. This side is a lighter. Is it? Or does it just look that way in my photograph? Let's assume it just looks that way. I was going to say this side is lighter than this side. This side is lighter than this side in the picture, but I think that could be reflection on the glossy paper. I'm not going to expect the pieces to be different colors. Yeah. Strange. This piece is very strange. Is that an... And that's not even supposed to look like anything. Then why does it have an eyeball? Why is there a hole in this piece? Yeah, there's a hole in this piece. What, am I supposed to hang something from it? I don't know if you can see that. There's a hole in the piece. You see that hole? Trust me, that's a hole. I think maybe if I put it in front of this piece, you'll see it. Maybe from this side. There you go. See that? Orange, white. That's a hole straight through this piece. Why is there a hole in this piece? Is there like indication on this drawing that there's a piece with a hole in it? I don't think so. Why is there a hole in this piece? Come on. There's no hole in the eagle. Why is there a hole in this piece? Actually, there looks like a hole dead center, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would there be a hole there? Unless it's for mounting purposes. I don't know. Does this piece fit here? I don't think so. Doesn't fit there. That is a crazy piece. Look at this curve. You think it fits this piece? Yeah, it probably does, right? I don't know where those two pieces are going to go, but they fit together. Let's look for more things like that. Like, here's a crazy piece. Like, what does that fit with? There should be a similarly crazy piece. Is that it? Do those two fit together? That doesn't seem as... maybe that's pretty good. But it doesn't seem as strong as the first ones that we got together. Like, I don't even know where I put them. These two. Those two look really good together. Alright, this moose has those colors that we've been watching for. Those toucan colors. They're on the moose's butt for whatever reason. Alright, this looks like that's going to connect somewhere. Maybe here. Again, I can't tell. Let's try the close-up camera. Does that look good or not? Wow. Close-up camera going wild today. Alright, here's what we gotta do. No. Here. Okay. I can't see anything. I'm gonna say that's a match. Though, honestly, I can't tell. Let me pick up these two pieces. That's not a match. There's no way. Is it, though? It could be. Let's see. It looks loose, right? Looks like it doesn't fit there. So, I'm not going to connect it. Maybe it goes over here somewhere. That doesn't fit either. Or does it? Does that look better? Let's pick up two pieces again. I really can't tell. It's a flaw in this puzzle. You can't tell if these pieces actually go together or not. I'm going to say these ones do. Because there's like a black border at the top of this piece and at the top of this piece. Which makes it an edge piece. So, I'm going to say yes to that one. So that brings us up to 13. These feathers, when we get to these feathers, they'll be like the only pieces left, which will make them not as annoying. I think we gotta zoom in. Hold on. I don't even remember which camera. I think we need to zoom this camera in a little bit. Yeah. Let's work. We can zoom it out again later. I think this camera also got zoomed in. The same remote control controls them both. I'll zoom it out as we build more, but for now, let's keep that zoomed in so we can see what we're doing. Still didn't find where this piece goes, huh? When I look at the... Yeah, okay, there we go. This beak, if you look at the reference, it doesn't look like this should be as high as the beak. Like, it doesn't look like the wing should be as high as the beak. But maybe I need to slant this whole thing a little bit. And then it'll look different. Does that look right? No, it doesn't look right. I don't know, that seems too high to me, which makes me think maybe this piece is not correct, but it looks so good in there. Maybe it doesn't go there. It really seems like it did, though. It's like a little bit of orange. I don't know. A little bit of wings. I'm going to leave it there, but I'm a little skeptical. And this thing has got to go like here somewhere. But it needs to connect. There needs to be something to connect to it. That's not it. What about this piece? Huh. They're like all looking for this same like piece. Well, this one's looking for the bone piece, but this guy's looking for that like spade piece. I'm naming those after cartoon dog bones and playing card spades. That's the end of a cartoon bone, and that's a spade or a club from, not a spade, a club from playing cards. So club and bone, which I'm just pulling those from nowhere. Alright, this is an edge piece. And it's white. That little bit there, that little bit is edge. And that's white. Does that go to the... No. It's not the right type of connector. Now I got the connector, but I don't see where it goes. I picked this up just because it's got a curl on it. And I thought I could find maybe the other curl to it and it'd match up. Not yet. Yep. Another piece stuck to my arm. I gotta be careful about that. Wow. Finding a whole lot of nothing. This bone piece feels like it should connect to here. It probably does. But I don't know what else it connects to. That's a tree. Right? It's some sort of tree. It's got ink on the back. Yeah, I guess it's a tree. I'm going to take this off of podcast. So I'm basically going to edit the metadata on this so that it's YouTube only, not podcast. That way I don't have to talk every second. Because if I talk about the news, it's going to distract me from the puzzle. And I'm not sure I can make enough chatter about this puzzle. Alright, so I took this off of podcast. Now it's just on regular YouTube, like video YouTube. Which means there's going to be some times when I don't speak. Because I'm just studying these pieces. All right. That looks like something, but I'm not sure what. What? That can't possibly go there. There's like a missing little spot there. No, that doesn't go there. And that doesn't go... Wait, does this go here? Did I put this here? No, that doesn't go there. It fits, but it just makes no sense. Alright, these two go together. You know, it has the black at the top. Is it possible this does go here? That looks like... That does not look right. And then that doesn't go there. As much as it... It has an edge up here. That kind of makes it fit there. But it just... That cannot be right. And it doesn't match with this. So it doesn't go there either. This also has edge at the top. So this should fit somewhere. Maybe here? What do you think? Does that go together? It probably does. But it doesn't match the rest of the puzzle yet. Like, even if this fit here, it wouldn't fit here. So that's not the answer. What is the answer? It's a piece that's a dog bone on one side and a club on the other side. Could be. And it would be sort of a brownish piece. Light brownish piece. But there could be two pieces. Doesn't have to be just one piece. And I didn't count those yet because they're not connected to the main. I don't count them till they touch the main. This really does seem like it should go there. Maybe it does. Maybe it goes on this side. Does that look right? I think that does look right. 14. Oh, I hit the wrong button. 14. We still didn't make this connection here. I'm just like staring at that all day. This looks like it goes somewhere around here. Connects to one of these pieces. Don't they all? Does that look good? Yeah, it does, because there's a little bit of like blue around the white. So that looks good. That's a good connection. Look at what connects here. That should be easy to find. Like where's some like this like this? Is that it? No, that's not it. But that is dramatic. We should be able to find that. Whatever connects to that. Oh, what's this? Why is it flat on this side? It's flat on two sides. That's crazy. Because neither one of them seems to be an edge. I don't know. This is an edge. You can see there. That's an edge. But there's nothing to connect it to. Maybe this turn up here? Wow. Not getting anywhere. There's a little bit of white on this piece. Does that mean it goes here? It doesn't look like it fits there. Maybe it does. It does. 15. 30% of the way done. We still didn't find this connector yet. Is that an edge? It's flat. This is an edge. And I feel like it goes here. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes here. Not really sure. It's got some very deep, like, feather cuts. Maybe it's not an edge. Anyway, we'll know when we find the connector to that, because it's going to be a very distinct piece. This piece should have like kind of white next to it. Maybe not exactly white, but very light, like tan. I'm just scanning all the pieces for tan. Found brown, but not yet tan. Found another fleck of white. And there is a fleck of white, like right in the middle of this. So we kind of know where this piece goes. Like, I'm not sure what direction it faces, but it kind of goes right here. If that fleck of white is the same fleck of white from the middle. Wow. How can I be this stuck? What animal is that? I don't know what animal that is. They have ink, so it's definitely an animal. But I don't know what it is. There's its face. Legs. Weird looking body. I don't see a tail. Is that a match? That's so jagged. I feel like that can't be right. But it dropped right on and it looks good, so I'm counting it 16. I may fail at this puzzle because so many of these pieces seem to fit in multiple places. And that's a problem because the colors are also constantly changing. So basically, even though there's only 50 pieces, it's a difficult puzzle because the colors are crazy and the pieces connect in multiple ways. So we have nothing to tell us, not the pieces or the color. I have nothing that tells us when we're right and when we're wrong. This looks like an interesting piece. It's green here, and then it's like blue, pink, blue. I see that. It's right here. So, I don't know. It goes on this right wing somewhere. Can't really tell you much more than that. And I'm not connecting it to anything, so that might move around. There's another wing piece. Collecting those. Got a lot of them. There's a red. Goes on this wing. I'm kind of... Oh. I'm a little zoomed in. You might not see where I just put that piece. I put it way down here. It's like a red piece. Alright, I gotta zoom this back out. Or unless you don't care, and you only care when I build them. Because sometimes I pick up pieces that are like off camera, but you'll see when they get connected. That's not a connection, is it? No, that's not a connection. Still looking for this piece. Like, all day we've been looking for that. What's that? No, it couldn't. It doesn't. I knew it didn't. How about this? I feel like before we were looking for a double dog bone piece, but we aren't now. Well, I'm sure it'll come up again. Look at this straight piece here. That's crazy. Like, are there multiple pieces that are going to go here? Like, why is that so straight? This may be part of it. Does that look like a match? Let's look from up above. What do you think? Let's pull that out. Put it back in. That's really hard to say if that's a match or not. Let me look at this section. It's possible to say. The colors are changing, but I think they're correctly changing. I'm going to count those two pieces. 18. As I said, I might fail on this puzzle because pieces fit in multiple places, and that's not a recipe for success in a jigsaw puzzle. It's another edge piece, straight edge piece. No, look at that piece. Is that this piece? Oh my goodness, so it's not an edge. It's going to lock in right here. Well, that indicates that this piece is in the right place because it has this connector and it's going to connect there. So that tells us that piece was right. This piece that was kind of a leap of faith, it is correct. So 19 pieces down. Many, many more to go. Like, what goes here? Do we have a piece that looks like that? We do. Is that? No, that's not it. Is it? I don't think so. It is. That dropped right in. All right, so we're 40% of the way done. Are you sure this puzzle only has 50 pieces? Because it looks like we have way more than 30 left. Yeah, this is more than 50 pieces. Why did the box say there were only 50 pieces? It's clearly more than that. I think it was on a sticker. I'm not even going to count them. It's just way more than 30 pieces left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's 10. 20. I mean, it's a 100-piece puzzle. They were lying. I don't know why they said it was a... There's a sticker said 50-piece puzzle. I'm going to find the sticker just to prove to myself that I'm not crazy. Yeah. I don't know if you can read it, but that says 50 pieces. Right there. 50 pieces. This is way more than 50 pieces. We've been duped. It's probably 100 pieces. 4, 6, 10, 5, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I mean, I still got like at least 30 to go, but 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I mean, this is crazy. This is a 150 piece puzzle. Did I miss the one? Is there a one there that I don't see? It says 50 pieces. It's a lie. It's 150 pieces. Which means it's going to take us 3 hours to do, probably. Alright, we need to start speeding this up somehow. Or we just don't finish this because we just decide that, you know, we were unfairly duped. I thought it was going to take like 45 minutes. Because if it was 50 pieces, it would be very simple. But it's 150 pieces, so that's more than 3 times as complex. And a lot of these pieces are tiny, which makes them tough to work with. Like, look at this tiny little piece here. Where do these legs connect to? I feel like that's going to be a unique connection. Those two went together. I don't know where they go next, but they go together. Some more straight pieces here. This doesn't go here, does it? That really fit right on there. I mean, that's hard to say that that goes there, but it sure does fit perfectly. Hey, if we have any chance of getting this done, we have to take them and hope they're right. If they're wrong, then we fail. 21. All right, so I'm going to change the total pieces to 150 because this is clearly not a 50-piece puzzle. I don't know if it's a 150 or what it is, but let's just call it 150. That seems the most likely. Yeah, we need to speed this up somehow. I'm just now looking for any sort of connections anywhere. That's not a connection. Look at this shape there. That's like a really thick piece that they're looking for. We don't even have pieces that thick. I feel like I should be able to find that. Like, is this it? It's one of the few pieces we have that's that thick. I think that's it. I think that goes there. All right, 22. So we thought we were at 40% at some point. We're not anymore. Now we're at, I don't know, lower than that. I don't know, 15%. All right. Look at this here. What goes in there? Like something Really thick goes in there. And it's got to be sort of brown, blue, gray, something like that. Not that. Though that's an interesting piece. How about up here? What goes there? I'm just looking for this this piece and also this piece. That's something. Whenever it's time to hook that piece up, we're definitely going to recognize it because that's a huge piece. And that's a squirrel, by the way. That's a squirrel. That's why he's got that thick tail. Remember this tree? Don't know where that goes. Ooh, what's this? Does that go here? Man, that was like a nothing piece, but it looks like it fits there. Wow. That's a weird piece. 23. It basically just shoved it right in there. That's all it did. Now, what about right there? We gotta have that piece somewhere. Does that fit here? It does. 24. It fits there, but creates this weird piece here. But we have a lot of weird pieces. So probably have the piece that goes there. Like that's a weird piece. Probably goes there. This is just a weird puzzle. And by the way, that's that piece with the dot. 25. So that's 1/6, 16%. We still got a long way to go. A long way to go. Just trying to get more pieces like on the camera. Because at this point, I'm watching the same way as you on the camera. It's the best angle. I don't have that good of an angle with my eyes. That's why I'm like sticking with this camera. It's like the best view. Look at that piece. I mean, that's like, we should be able to find that piece. Let's look. Oh, this looks like it could go here. It does. 26. Now this piece. We gotta be able to find that piece. That's a very strange piece. How about here? No. That'll go somewhere else. But not there. This piece is funny. Look at that shape there. Is that the squirrel? Is that where the squirrel goes? It is. That's where the squirrel goes. 27. And again, we've got this piece here. Come on. We gotta be able to find that piece. It's like a side angle piece. Like a right angle, whatever you want to call it. Nope. Oh, I think I got it. Not this piece that I'm showing you, but that's like some kind of bird. But I think this piece goes in there. Yeah. You basically have to do this puzzle by the shape of the pieces. 28. We didn't find this one yet? Come on. We gotta be able to find that. Look at that. If ever there was a piece that looked like a spade, that's it. And this piece looks like a club. So where is a spade and a club? And what about this piece? Huh. No, I don't think that fits there. No. I don't know where that goes, but not there. Still didn't find that spade looking piece yet. No. I'm like trying to make crazy connections. I'm like, really want something to connect. I don't know how I'm not finding this. That seems like something should be really obvious, but I don't see it. Also, the spade should be really obvious. Like, where's a piece with a spade on it? There's a little bunny rabbit. Sorry for my noisy chair. Alright, I'm going to check every piece for that spade piece. Is that it? I think it is. I think that's it, but it didn't go in. Oh, alright. Went in on the second try. 29. Does this go here? I just see that it has a circle, and so does the other one. Yeah, that's a match. I believe that's a match. It created a little squiggle there. Alright, now we're at 20% for real, finally. So, remember this little tiny squiggle? Does that look like it matches this snake? Alright, that went in. 31. Oh, sorry, no, 31. We still didn't get the left side. I don't know why. I don't know why we can't get that. We did get to some color here. And look at this. It's like a bulb. Is there anything that receives a bulb? It might be that several pieces connect to that. And we still got this thing. Strange piece. It's got to go somewhere in that middle. Oh, you know what? This up here looks kind of like it. Is it? Does it go there? No, it doesn't fit. Kind of looked like it was going to go there. We got a spade here, but it's tiny. There's another tiny one there. So there's obviously more of these pieces than we've located yet. But I don't see any pieces that look like that color. Like that brown or dark blue. There's not many pieces left of that color, if any. Now I'm looking for more of those the color pieces. What do you think? Does that piece go? Where does that go? Gotta go somewhere. And where's this tiny piece? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just picking up pieces and going, I don't know. They all look like kind of like something, but probably not, maybe not. I don't know. This piece, I keep thinking it goes like this, but I don't know. Maybe it goes like this. Like, is that possible? Does that look like it fits? No. Absolutely not. Yeah, that doesn't fit. I don't know. There could be pieces that I put together that don't go together. Like, I put these three pieces together, but maybe they don't really go together. Like, where's this piece? Where's this piece? What is this piece? Come on. That looked good for a second. Yeah, that looks good. Why is that not going in? So, it's not a match? It doesn't go here? Because it looks like it should. Come on. It's not going in. I can't force it, right? That would be a bad idea. Alright, I guess that's not where it goes. I don't know. It looked like it went there, but maybe it doesn't. Never seen a piece look so perfect and not fit before. Maybe I have to like take something apart and then put it back in. This squirrel, for example. No, I'm breaking everything. Oh my goodness, I broke everything. Wow. And I still didn't manage to get this piece in. It's possible that it doesn't go there, but it just looks 100% like it does. I'm throwing pieces around because they stick to my arms. All right, this piece is going in there. Am I wrong? Does it not go there? Did I force that in? It definitely seems like the squirrel no longer fits in. Gotta redo that squirrel. Okay. Got the squirrel out. Broke some other stuff in the process. Now it's like nothing wants to go in. Like stuff that was already in now doesn't want to fit in. Like that already fit in. There's nothing to even discuss here. Where do those three pieces go? There they are. And the squirrel. Alright, now I gotta get the squirrel back in. Seems like the squirrel doesn't want to fit in now. Maybe this piece doesn't go here. Sure looks like it does, though. But then the squirrel won't fit in. Alright, I guess this piece doesn't go here. If at the end it's the only piece left, we'll put it back, but it seems like it doesn't want to fit there at the same time as the squirrel, so I guess it doesn't go there. Even though it fits perfectly to this piece. Just trying the squirrel one more time. Yeah. Doesn't go there. Does go here. So something wasn't right. That piece didn't go there. As much as it looked like it should. It didn't. These wooden puzzles are sometimes tough. The piece is like this one, we already know that it goes here, but I can't get it back in. Like I took it out and now it won't go back in just because they're like wooden pieces. They have no give to them. All right, now it's back in. All that to get back where we were like 20 minutes ago because we thought a piece connected and turned out it didn't. Was this connected? Like, what else did we pull apart? I'm not sure. No, I don't think we had anything here. Still never got this piece in. No. That doesn't go there. This is the piece we were trying to fit here for like 20 minutes. We're not going to make that mistake again. Wait a minute. Or was this side, right? Looks like I'm considering making that mistake again. But I won't. Okay, just one more time. Why does this not fit on the squirrel? There's like two curves in there. Yeah. Doesn't go. Let's keep looking for the piece that does. That's too loose. Wow. It's 9% battery on the YOLO box. I gotta plug it in. That's how long this puzzle has taken us. Just crazy. I might give up. This puzzle's not very important to me, but if it starts moving, then I'll keep going. But we've been stuck for quite some time. I'm just like obsessing over this middle section. I should probably just work on another section. Look at that little piece. Where does that go? look at that big piece. Where does that go? Nope. I'm ready to declare this a fail, but I keep thinking I'm gonna find a piece and then everything's gonna start clicking together. But that's seeming less and less likely every minute. What's this? Nope. Not at all. Nope. Okay. That's something. Is this the piece that we've been looking for since the first minute? It looks like it. We've been looking for this piece all night. I don't know how I didn't see it till just now. Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. I don't know how I just spotted that piece right now. All right, 35. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to lead to anything, but it feels good to get that piece in there. No, what's going on here? Is that like a match? I don't think so, right? It kind of looks like it should be. But it's not. No. Nope. And now I can't get that off. Remember this piece? I still don't know where it goes. I just remember it causing us a lot of problems because it didn't fit around this squirrel's tail. Even though we thought it otherwise fit right there. What goes there? That might go there. What do you think? Is that a hit? I think it is. But I'm not sure. Not sure, but let's work on the theory that it is. 36 now. Still got a long way to go. We're not even a third of the way there yet. With this showing no signs of picking up any speed. Remember that piece that we kept trying? Does that seem more or less like it would fit now? Can't tell. This piece looks like it kind of fits here, but it's missing. Like it's a little off. Where is that piece? Is it this piece? I don't think so. Oh, it's not. It's one of those club pieces, and it's in brown. We should be able to find that. No, that's not the right size. I keep knocking these three apart. Maybe it's a sign that they're not supposed to be together in the first place. They look good. Not sure what the problem would be. What goes here? It's so busy. Is it like several different pieces that go there? Here's another busy piece, but that doesn't match with that. Is that a hit? I guess it is. 37. No, look at that. We should be able to find that. I know I say that a lot, but I mean, look at it. That's like the shape of it, but are the colors right? No, it's not the shape either. It's kind of close, but not exactly. And plus the colors are way off. Where does this go? It has a brown here. Though the middle of this section doesn't own brown. Also could be out here on the wings. Where's that go? A lot of empty screen, no movement on screen, and no talking. I probably should have stuck with reading the news. That was going well. Was it though? It was going. I don't know if it was going well. It was going. That didn't fit. doesn't make sense. This piece. Why can't we find this piece? Unless it's multiple pieces, it should be pretty easy to find. I mean, it's in that brown section. There's not that many brown pieces left. It's like has a flat edge at the front. I'm wondering if these pieces were put together right. Maybe I should take them apart and just see what they are. I don't think that's going to change anything. Is that even how it was? I'm not sure. Alright, this piece here. That wishbone, or just dog bone. Where's the edge of that? These pieces look similar, but they could be from different sides. Yeah, probably different sides. All right. A club that's yellow, brown, and blue. Where is that? What's this? I feel like this is something we should have dealt with a long time ago. Does it go here? It does. 38. So we're still finding pieces. I mean, it means I've been staring at this board for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and piece that was like so obvious I hadn't noticed. Like, it's not my forte. I want to get better. I don't want to like speak negatively about my jigsaw puzzles, but I feel like I'm going to have to watch some videos on how to do jigsaw puzzles because I'm clearly failing. I mean, sitting there staring at a piece for 2 hours and not putting it in place. I mean, that's pretty bad. It's like, I would imagine that 2 minutes would be bad, but 2 hours is just complete dysfunction. Does this seem like it should fit like up here somewhere? Seems like it should, but I don't see how. I'm going to take this apart to see if anything looks like it fits there. Nope. This thing could fit on either side. Is that correct? I'm not sure it goes in either spot. I don't know. At this point, I just don't know. I don't know what fits and what doesn't. I don't think that goes here. How does that fit like perfectly on either side? Anyway, I don't think it goes in either spot. I don't know where it goes, but not there. I don't think it goes there anymore. Even though I had it sitting there for an hour, I no longer think it goes there. Could this go here? It could. It might not, but it could. Alright, let's take them apart. Could this go here? And then could this go here? Could it? I'm not sure. No. But I'll take that one piece. 39. Yeah. I think I'm gonna not finish this tonight. It's already 2 hours, 20 minutes in, and I'm probably not gonna finish it tomorrow. You're just not gonna see this puzzle again. I'm John Rapp. This is just Rest Your Eyes. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.